Largest economy is not a case of when. However, just a few decades ago, there's no way you could have predicted Beijing's meteoric rise. RT's Igor Piskunov explains what happened. President Putin's trip to China is key for Russia, and we'll be covering it here on RT International. Stay right here for analysis and expert opinion on the economic and political consequences of Beijing and Moscow moving closer together. Life News believes that journalists may have been spied on for some days. The company says a source within Ukraine's security forces told them that after the men filmed this, helicopters with UN insignia being used in a... Now, the journalists were captured while filming the ongoing fighting right here near the city of Kramatorsk. Right here in Kramatorsk, Ukrainian troops have recently intensified their offensive in the area, also targeting the town of Slavyansk, which is here. Both are hotbeds of anti-government dissent and have repeatedly come under heavy fire. Are a major concern, and Kiev has decided to use U.S. nuclear fuel at its atomic plants, which, as you can see here, constitute a major part of the country's power grid. RT's Irina Galushko explains now why many fear Kiev is jeopardizing safety for politics. You're watching RT International live from Moscow. Welcome back. In Greece, a deep frustration with the current batch of politicians is pushing people to look elsewhere. Among those benefiting is a 2-month-old party which has no clear political ideology but is still polling fourth in the run-up to local elections. It's led by a respected former TV journalist who's now eyeing the EU parliamentary election due this Sunday. RT's Marina Korsarova went to meet him. Groups have vowed to take the fight to a renegade general whose troops attacked Libya's parliament on Sunday. The assault that left 2 people dead was aimed at stopping lawmakers from working. The former rebel commander accuses politicians of backing Islamic extremists in the country. Violence is a common theme in post-war Libya. In October 2011, the capture and killing of Muammar Gaddafi by Western-backed rebel forces puts an end to the civil war in the country but fails to bring stability there. Later than a year, Islamic militants launched an assault on the U.S. diplomatic mission in Benghazi, leaving 4 American citizens dead, the U.S. ambassador among them. In October 2012, the city of Bani Walid, held by militias loyal to Gaddafi, came under siege by government forces. They blocked the city for more than 20 days, with allegations emerging that civilians were killed by shelling and toxic gas. And at the end of April 2013, heavily armed militias blocked off the Justice and Foreign Ministries, demanding all Gaddafi-era officials be banned from government posts. And in the summer of the same year, an oil-rich province in the country's east declared its independence. Local militias soon announced that they too were forming their own government. Activist and journalist Sukan Chandan believes Western support for Libya's most radical elements is to blame for the current unrest.